Hi everyone, today I want to talk about the evil side of nature. I feel that nature has an agenda and it plans on fulfilling it at all cost. It wants you to continue to reproduce, and it will play dirty if it has to in order to win. So it will make females fertile decades before they are mentally, emotionally, physically, or financially ready to care for a child. And I think we all know the story with males. I don't need to go into it. And not only that, women continue to be fertile even when they are at an age where they are grandmothers. I find this very disturbing, that a woman is still having kids when their kids are having kids. That is way too long for a woman to be fertile. But it's like nature is saying, I don't give a crap. I just want you to have babies. That's all I care about. Then it makes us fall in love, which I call falling into nature's trap. Here is where life now has you by the balls. Being in love is like being high on drugs. We start acting like an addict in so many ways. You laugh about the dumbest stuff. You are always smiling. You don't eat. You don't sleep. You see good qualities in the person you love that are non-existent. You don't see all the bad qualities they do have, regardless of how many people point them out to you. You go through withdrawals when they leave. You will miss work, school, or social events just to be with them to get your fix. You will go into debt because you've bought them so many expensive things. You become a totally different person. So I think that nature in many instances has to blind us or deceive us in order for us to continue to reproduce. We don't see how wrong that person is for us until we get married. Then we see it. We think, why didn't I see this before? It's so obvious. And everyone is going, yep, we told you, but you didn't want to listen. It's as if nature didn't want us to focus on the negative because doing so would defeat its purpose, which is reproduction. It says to us, oh, think about your wedding day. Think about your honeymoon. Don't think about the fact that he doesn't have a job and he's an alcoholic. Yeah, don't think about that. Think about he bought you flowers the other day and how romantic that was. And when we see other people getting divorced or having horrible marriages, we think, oh, that would never happen to me. My marriage is going to be great, and our love will last forever. When you get married, you think your marriage is not going to end up in divorce. But feeling love for someone is not the only thing needed to have a successful relationship. If we saw reality as it really is, perhaps many of us would not get married or have kids. It's as if nature needs to alter our state of mind or hypnotize us in order to make sure it gets what it wants. Then after that, the maternal or paternal instinct kicks in. It's like a strong magnetic force that pulls people into parenthood. Many people, women especially, will do almost anything to have a kid. And if they don't, they will go into deep depression or despair for years. It's almost like an obsession. Some women almost lose their minds over this and even their marriages. I think all animals have a strong instinct to reproduce. The other animals don't have a choice, but we do. We can think and analyze the pros and cons and choose different. We can override instinct with intellect. When you think about having children, it's like nature is saying, oh, think about how cute babies are and how happy you will be when they call you mommy or daddy. Don't think about how they might turn out to be a child molester or a burden on society. Don't think about how they might become a drug addict or get pregnant at 15 or be born with a chronic illness and suffer greatly every day of their life. Don't even think about the fact that they might resent you for bringing them into this world because you are such an incompetent or abusive parent. No, let's not think about that. If you decide to have kids, nature will again deceive you into thinking you will do a better job than your parents did. I think that most parents think they are good or great parents. I must include that many people think they are good parents just because they brought you into this world, as if that was the only criteria to be considered when determining if they are good parents or not. Some people think that breeding is heroic in and of itself, and that it deserves only praise and never criticism. Many parents think they are better than they really are. I have seen bad parents brag about how good a parent they are after I had just witnessed the complete opposite. I'm not saying you should not get married or have kids. Personally, I think that adoption is better than breeding. I'm just saying that perhaps we can go beyond our instinct and know that nature is basically trying to manipulate us and decide if we really want to play its game or not. I encourage people to research antinatalism if you haven't already. And I think that one of the greatest ways in which nature deceives us is by making us believe that we have the right to bring another being into this world without their consent. For the children and the teenagers that are already here on this planet, perhaps we need better strategies to help them deal with these issues, making them aware that this will happen to them and teach them how to handle it and how to take control of their mind and their heart and not allow nature to choose for them. It almost seems like nature has to block our mind, our intellect, and our reason in order to succeed. It goes directly to the body and the heart. It's almost as if you're taken over by something else, by some force or something, and like you have no control over it. So I guess to me it's about taking control of my mind, of my heart, of my life, and saying, no, nature, you're not going to have your way with me. I decide what I want to do with my life. So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.